Okay, so great. I don't need to discuss the title. It's pretty much self-explanatory. If you do have a toxic family or you're in a toxic relationship with them or with a spouse or just a relationship in general, it's very important that you know when it's time for you to get up and leave. However, some people stay and end up getting the results they did not indeed intend to seek. It's important that people, millennials, everyone make the right decisions based on where they're going and where they are. Most times, you might have a family with an individual there who is capable of doing so much and is a very bright and an influencer and someone who's willing to work for their goals. You might get one person in that family and the rest are not following that path, and it may be difficult for that one person if they're not getting the help that they need. They may not be getting the help from the individuals around them because they are not heading in that direction. So it's really toxic for that one individual. Um, who doesn't have support or others around them that's doing the same thing that they are doing. Um, it could be saving. It can be trying to get a better career. It could be, um, pretty much anything that's going to cause you to go up. You're going to need that support. If you're by yourself or with people, you're still going to need that support. Uh, get out of the situation immediately as fast as you can. Do not be scared. Know who you are and know that you know who to ask for help when you're out and trying to leave the area. Now, I'm not saying this just to tell you to leave your family or leave your relationship because you feel like it's toxic. Or because you feel like I'm telling you it's toxic, but only you know when it's time to leave. Only you know when toxic is toxic. When you realize that toxic is causing you to think other ways that you normally wouldn't think about, um, if it's not causing you to feel happy or if it's not causing you to realize that you're prospering because of what you're able to witness in that time, it's not gonna hinder you if you make the choice to get up and leave. It's going to be difficult for smaller people, growing up in a household with strict parents, but you have to realize some of the parenting is literally out of order in some people's houses, and you have to really stay focused on who is literally the golden the golden, I like to call it the golden child, the star. Look for stars of the family. um Very sweet, kind, generous people who are very gullible but at the same time wouldn't hurt a soul. you know um Look for those type of people in the household of a family member who is complete opposite. It's time for you to start actually saving yourself, because there's so many things out there that you are missing out on that you don't even realize because you're in a toxic family or a toxic relationship where no one does anything um, that reflects your lifestyle or your personality. And it is definitely out there. And I'm not trying to put anybody aside. I don't want to say that anyone is toxic or anything, but relationships are just the same because you have one person that has a goal and another person that has a goal, but one person has a goal that does not require what this person does. So it's going to take for one of these people to realize when it's time to go. And some people wait too long and they are physically hurt, they are mentally hurt, and they are already manipulated into staying where they are. And that's how a lot of people don't really escape and go grab things that are given to them, because a lot of times people find themselves giving more out when they think they are giving themselves the same amount, but really they're giving out more than they're receiving. And toxic relationships breaks up families, and it breaks up um, you know um, relationships where at work, just outside. Some people don't see the bigger picture of it. I know I watched this one episode called Ayanla Fix My Life. And this lady had a 9-year-old son. I think he was 12. He may be 9. He may have been 9 years old. And this specific episode talked about how the mother did not know how to communicate with her son, and she didn't know if it was okay to have that talk with him because she didn't know how to do it. So Ayanla came in and brought her into the bathroom for an interview, and she had a plate of food with some tea on there, a little bit of glass of water, some juice, and everything on this platter to make her feel comfortable while they go to this bathroom and have an interview. And this was, the cameraman was in there and everything. Now, I know you're going to say, well, why did she even put a camera inside of, well, why did they even film inside of a bathroom to have a meeting if it was just them two? So Ayanla wanted to let her know that I brought this platter in here and this dinner and this nice lunch for us to have in this bathroom. And do you know why we're having dinner in this bathroom? And the lady said, no, I don't know why we're having dinner in this bathroom. She said, when you brung another male into this house and did not consent with the child, and you made the child have to gain input and accept this stranger that came in the house. You knew him, but your children don't know him. So it's kind of a little bit disrespectful, because it's almost like she invaded her own son's space and privacy by having another stranger in there for the benefit of her, and did not know why the relationship between her and her son was the way that it was, because of that issue right there. And Ayanla said, that's where you messed up. You never ever bring a stranger in your home and call them in there to live with them, and they have no idea and nothing, no information, and they don't know anything about the child, nothing about the family. No one knows. And this is why Ayanla wanted her to tell her, I brung this platter of food in the bathroom with you to have lunch, because that's basically what you did to your own son. You brought him in a place to be comfortable, in a place where you're not supposed to be that comfortable at, and then expect the best when that's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said, if you have a toxic relationship or a toxic family, know when to leave that, and also know when to get back into your space, because it's difficult for you to develop a relationship with your children if you bring a stranger into the home and decide to let that stranger make that home their home. That breaks up the family relationship. It causes dishonesty. It causes distrustworthy. It shows that you don't have any self-respect for the people in your house or yourself, and it breaks up a lot of value. It leaves your family's prized possession out there for wild animals to come and try to get. You see what I'm saying? So it's not really really good for you to just have a boyfriend all of a sudden come move in the house, having just, hadn't even explained to your son who this person is, why they're coming in, you know what I'm saying? You just say, hey, this is such and such, this is my son, I would like for you to meet such and such, and you know what I'm saying? And then that's how you break up the family. And the child does not know that's going on because they are children. Now, adults are supposed to know this already, so they won't break up their family. But some people wait till it's too late and the family's all broken up because they decided to put themselves before their own family. And it was a stranger, and that was a sacrifice that broke up everything. So some people actually get to their senses and know that they did wrong, and and talk about that. But don't wait till it gets too late, because then you may not have anyone to support you at all, because they are not going to feel like you actually support them with their privacy and needs. They're going to feel like you're pushing them away. So just think about it. If you have a child, or 2 childs, or 3 childs, or whatever, and you decide to bring home a boyfriend, and you're a mother, or it could be a father bringing home a girlfriend. It doesn't matter. Either one. It's both. And the child does not know this person. It is a complete stranger. And that person, you bring a complete stranger in the house, and you allow them to live and see how you live. And there is no type of peace in there, because no one feels like the child would not feel like his privacy is being protected because of an outsider is there and it's being exposed. And it was uncalled for, and it was out the middle of nowhere. So just think about a child spending years with his mother and having to deal with a complete stranger that no one knows about background or anything, and you just want your child to adapt to that. It's going to be hard for that person, because it's not normal. That's not the normal way of establishing your family. It's just not the normal way of establishing your family. So understand that is key. Relationships as well. I've got told a couple times about some people who have left a relationship too late. They have lost their family, they lost their job, the money, and the spouse left, or the boyfriend and girlfriend left, and then they're out on their own. Now they don't have any support, or they're starting over again from scratch. Just know, if you're in a relationship or trying to be in a relationship, try to get yourself around a person of means who have respect enough to respect your family and to not intervene and interrupt the peace in the family, because some people actually do that and don't even realize that that's what they're doing. And relationships as well. Families. I'm not trying to tell no one to just leave and go out on their own, and not have anything, but just know when to use your resources. Know when to go to a shelter if you don't have a place to stay. Know when to stay at someone's house for a little while until you get back on your feet. Know when to start saving. Know when to communicate with the right people. Know when to talk about things that get you riled up and upset, confused, because this might be able to help someone in the future. How many toxic families out there? Can you count? There are a lot of families out there who have a single mother who decided to take a complete stranger off the streets in the house and make it a home. It will never ever be a home. And that's why some people fail to realize it will never be a home as long as that stranger is there. It will never. So if your family is broken up and nobody's talking, communicating, that's why. But if you love your family and you want them to start talking, you want you guys to start a relationship again, then you might need to make that one change. It's not going to be anything bad for you because you're going to have more. You're going to keep everything that you have, and you're going to have support from the people that love you because they see that what you're trying to do is protect yourself. And then you're going to start seeing your family want to come around you, and they're going to want to start doing things for you without you even asking. But some people block their blessings by ignoring the issue that a complete stranger just intervened with someone else's piece. It just intervened and cut everything off. So do not wait till it gets too late. Know when it's time to leave a toxic family and a toxic relationship. Bye.